which I'm trying to find a good way to... You know what? Theory here, which...
Also, you know, seeing something from Platinum is always nice, and I'm trying to, off the top of my head, remember...
Oh!
Oh. Why did they bring these back from Sunshine? I thought people hated the blue coins that were in Birds and Sunshine.
But, like, to talk about the Direct for a minute, we're probably gonna talk about it.
It's hard for me to talk about it only because I can't... Outside of the, you know, Tetris 99, because Tetris Battle Royale, I can't... You're going to have to tiptoe.
In these hills?
Hey, Peach fights in high heels, you have no excuse. Like, so the thing Platinum was making, that's always good to see, and I will actually admit that the, you know, the version of 9 on the Switch, that I actually like.
We're gonna be trying to buy that in a couple of days.
Yeah, that I like seeing, not only because I've never played 9, but that's based off the mobile version of 9, which basically gave you a...
Who, what, when, where, and how?
First of all, you, need, Bird Coon over there to, scale the wall.
Did you just...
I'm not kidding about that. If you go look at these enemies' names, they have the Coon suffix at the end in the Japanese version.
Did you just...
Hey, it's the Weeaboo Kingdom, we gotta get the extra Weeaboo.
Hold on. Oh my god, I get it!
Oh my god.
That's easy. I'm trying to remember how you shoot out of those.
Isn't it just press the control stick in the direction you want? Like, fine. You can also shake the Pro
Got it!
controller.
That was easy.
Huh.
That was awesome!
But anyway, with the 9, that's like another thing. Whenever, you know, a remake or something comes along, or a re-release, a bunch of people will be like, port of a 20-year-old game, it's pointless. But the version of 9 that's on the Switch, and I believe also the PS4, it's based off the mobile version of 9, which the mobile version of 9 basically gave a bunch of...
So, seems to be that roof.
It's like the mobile version of 9, it essentially gave a bunch of changes and stuff. I believe besides fixing a few kind of problematic glitches...
We'll go the long way.
I believe besides fixing a few kind of problematic glitches here and there in 9, and also you have changes like you can turn off random encounters like in Bravely Default, which is the factual best thing Bravely Default did.
Okay, so while I'm jumping between commentary and just kind of blatantly looking for moons, that's probably the moon, so I think I need a bird.
Holy shit, that's going to be... If that is the moon, that's going to be goddamn, like, obnoxious to get.
Not really. And then I think
and then there's a music note, which...
I think it's this music note.
Mother of God.
That's not that bad. Oh, this is the music note I watched a guy do calfless.
What kind of mad lad?
I messed up. It's not that bad. If I do the big jumps...
And then you can just fall through the rest.
Easy! And then we can try the other wall, because that super jump is really nice, but... Basically, I feel like a lot of people were hating on the RPGs and the port.
I will admit that was a very weeb-centric direct, but at the same time, that doesn't bother me. One, because weeaboo trash, and two,
okay, so
like,
that's...
So it's made of metal? So you actually can't...
You can stick in those, you just have to center it.
Oh, what asshole designed this? Anyway, like
9! And I will continue
and
to...
like, well, I was going to say, a lot of the ports and stuff, as I said, unlike a lot of people, I don't hate ports because I see ports as ways to, you know, potentially fix the flaws of a game, which some of them did, and then, plus, this is very much, like, newer game thing, but, like, as I said before, because downloadable content is a thing that can potentially be lost forever if not preserved properly, a re-release of a game at some point that just comes with all of its, like, DLC or whatever, again, I'm not really against that, because if we don't do that, like, a good example, and this is the one I will always bring up, because when these go down, its true ending will permanently be lost until they bite the bullet and re-release it at some point when everyone has stopped it.
Caring?
Ashura's Wrath, for those that don't...
Oh, don't get me started on Ashura's Wrath!
For those that don't remember, because, God, this was fucking years ago. Oh, now, Capcom were basically greedy assholes and put the game's true ending...
They still do that crap.
They do it less now, but the game, basically, its true ending was DLC, and this, you know, made everyone pissed, because I believe CyberConnect 2 literally said, yeah, it was going to be a part of the main game, but Capcom literally forced us... But Capcom literally forced us to basically make it downloadable content because, you know, greed and all...
Booyah! That was easy.
Agreed and all that, but because of the controversy surrounding the game's true ending and all that, to this day, they still have
never re-released
a version of the game that comes with that, or,
and then
or all the other DLC, but that stuff was optional content, so that one, it's not as bad.
I saw that on the way up, game. Don't think I didn't.
But my point was that story is because of little things like that. Now, to be fair, again, they could very easily just randomly at some point have like a PS4 version of Ashura's Wrath that just comes with everything.
This is going to be so dumb.
Because it's, you know, been a long enough amount of time to where most people what? Where? Oh, I see.
Actually, those are electrical things.
Asshole.
Oh, wait, no, that actually is harder than I thought.
Oh, mad lads.
Ah! Easy. I'm done.
At least they didn't put that one on a timer. Like fucking assholes.
So.
Anyway, long-winded point is basically, as I said, if a game has some form.
Okay, hold on.
If a game has some form of
nothing at the shop, so that means we can just. Actually, should probably go just in case if they do some weird.
Anyway, my point was like, if so my point was essentially if a game has, you know, any form of DLC or whatever, again, a re-release that basically comes with all the content at some point later on, I'm not against, because that's a kind of necessary evil that needs to be done for the sake of preservation, because there are certain games where the, like, DLC will basically be lost. Another example, because this is an example where the content actually...
Oh, yeah! I've heard about this one.
Is that on the flag?
Yeah.
What?
You have to do this! Damn it. I had it!
Like
I lost it, but I had it!
Like, another good... Before I get to talking about other things, and I'll actually use this as a segue point to talk about a game in the direct.
Damn it! Lining up with those isn't always.
Use this to talk or something in the direct, like an example of because of the way the like DLC and stuff was preserved, it's partly lost. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the original one, had like a few characters and costumes basically as DLC, and because of how old that game is and, you know, licensing and all that, the DLC and all that has long been delisted on the platforms, but there was a version of the game for the 360 Marvel Ultimate Alliance Gold. That just comes with all of that.
Hold on. If you spin twice and do nothing, you reach. So, I was actually making the...
And at least the assholes didn't put it on a timer, but anyway, my point was the DLC thing. Like I said, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
This actually isn't that bad.
The original one had a few DLC characters, and like I said, there was the gold version that was re-released with all that stuff naturally in the game, but the gold version was only released on the 360 because of this like weird licensing thing where Sony were like dicks.
There we go.
Or like I think it was Sony were being like dicks for some reason, which is really weird because Microsoft's normally the ones that are dicks about stuff like that. But anyway, my point was that is because of that, unless you either do hacking nonsense or have an old PS3 copy that got the stuff before it became delisted, that's a game where on one of the platforms its downloadable content is partly lost. So again, because of that, having re-releases and stuff don't bother me. And like I said, I was going to use that to segue into the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is amazing to me because, for one, that's a game a bunch of people never thought was going to happen because of, you know, license nonsense and all that. But then we also have... What?
Over here, I remembered if you brought a Goomba, I thought it was a Goomba, you could get a, hidden heart, unless I'm just...
There were a bunch of Goombas in that one thing, so maybe you need a stack to see the Goomba on, like, the roof? I don't fucking know.
No, down here in the dirt was a...
Just to go back to... Anyway, like I said, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, that I find really fascinating because, well, one, again, that's a game a bunch of people thought was never going to happen due to licensing nonsense, but then we also have the... But then, like, we have the other thing was that game that's kind of amazing is it's being, like, it's an exclusive to the Switch, and some people may say, why is that amazing? Because for those that don't remember, originally, like, the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it came out really, really goddamn early in the, basically, Wii PS3 generation. You know, so early, it was a game that...
Come here, jerk!
Like, it came out so early in that generation that it was actually able to be on the, you know, the Wii and the HD consoles, and because I believe it also had a PS2 build. It's one of those, that's how early it was. It was, like, still on the PS2, and I think the original Xbox. And originally, the Wii version of that...
Who's awesome? I'm awesome!
The Wii...
I don't care if my commentary kinda went to shit. That was cool.
Like, the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the Wii version of the game, what it was going to do was, it was actually going to have Samus and Link as special Nintendo only characters because, like, I think the game, it was, like, kind of multiplayer overhead beat 'em up, like, Gauntlet, I believe. So anyway, the point was...
Damn it!
Oh, that's a lengthy one.
You need the...
Hey, at least the designers give you the courtesy of the timer resetting on every wave.
Damn it! I missed. Getting the spin.
You know, I feel like you're trying to overcomplicate this and could just simply run in a circle. And only use the spin for when you have a few left and are right at the end of the timer.
This one's too wide, Carson. You need the spin on that one. You need it. You fucking need it. Maybe not on the rest of these. But, like...
Anyway, was my main point, like, the original, like, the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it was originally going to have Samus and Link as extra guest characters for the Wii version, but for whatever reason, the developer that decided to show that off,
Damn it!
Wait.
Oh! Yes!
That's some bullshit.
Asshole!
But, like, the developer that decided to show that off to Nintendo to get the approval for that had the brilliant idea to demo it on the PS3 build.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, a thing that was, like, technically the main build of the
And
game.
Nintendo was
and, like, that, you know, God, dude, because of how old the first Ultimate Alliance is, who the fuck was the developer of that?
I don't remember, but I do remember that controversy of like, ha ha ha, no bitch.
And then that, like, and if I remember correctly, that combined with essentially a, you know, developers kind of being petty assholes of the Wii, it being underpowered.
Which is its own entire...
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I don't believe ever came out on the Wii, and then, you know, after that, basically, Ultimate Alliance 2 came out, Disney bought Marvel, because Disney had its own, like, game studio. It basically shut down and canceled a bunch of games that were being worked on by other companies. I think got shut down and cancel and all that. A tie-in game for the first Avengers movie even got shut down because of that, and, you know, then because of, like, Disney Infinity and all that, a bunch of people just believed a bunch of shit was never going to happen.
Oh, this is cool!
Yeah. Neat. So, anyway, long story short, you know, we're here and, like, Ultimate Alliance 3 is happening.
I'ma poke you!
Also, like, find Ultimate Alliance 3 fascinating because, it's hard, again, because of how old it is, it's hard to remember, but the reason it was called Ultimate Alliance was because it was specifically based off the like, the reason the game was Ultimate Alliance, it was specifically based off the Ultimate continuity.
Mm-hmm. God damn it.
This is unrelated to everything, this is just a story I love. My favorite thing about the Ultimate continuity, it was designed to be a simpler continuity for people to get into comics, because, you know, it would be a fresh continuity. It wouldn't have the, like, 60-plus years of history. Then it went on for 10 years and got confusing. Anyway, to the direct, like...
I've got a theory.
It's probably in one of the boxes.
There's 2 moons in... Oh!
Huh!
Damn it!
Oh!
No! Damn it!
Trying to think of what else is shown off in the direct. It
was a lot of RPGs.
They announced that port of Rune Factory, right?
Rune Factory has a port.
And
it's funny given the DLC and update point, because the definitive edition of the newest Dragon Quest is on Switch.
I believe Rune Factory was also a game. It was a DS game, but I believe it had a few, like, DLC update things you could get, and the Switch version I'm going to just assume could come, like, I'm just going to assume will come with all those. You don't overcomplicate this, just sit there, wait to...
That's what I was doing, and I was trying to kill the... mean, this is so tedious that I was expecting something.
Oh, a heart. Oh, that would be helpful, game designers.
10 out of 10! However, did skip. Oh, damn it.
I think the Fire Emblem actually looks really good, but that's because it's...
Okay, there's 2 moons in here, so we've missed.
So, turn the camera. What, like... There has to be something extra.
That's what I was trying to... Even though, that reminds me, everyone's hating the Fire Emblem.
I think it looks great, because it seems to fix a bunch of, like...
What is...
It seems like was the way the Fire Emblem is structured.
What did we miss?
There's, like... There's obviously some, like... some enemy or something that leads it to a, like, optional path or whatever. Or
Oh my god, I think it's down. Oh shit, I see
yeah. It's under the platform.
I see it. I see it now. Ha! Easy.
The, like, Fire Emblem I'm actually really looking forward to, because it seems to...
I thought the Fire Emblem looked good.
Wait, there was a warp pipe in there. That... Oh... Did they... They wanted you to use the warp pipe out.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we have both of them, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the Fire Emblem, I think it actually looks really good, because now, granted, you know, they haven't confirmed a permadeath getting the axe, but it seems like most of the design of the Fire Emblem is them finally kind of doing away with just a bunch of the archaic nonsense, and that's really, really good.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, what do you guys think of games getting remade, remastered, and re-released? A good remake, in my opinion, should be an opportunity to fix the flaws of a game, making it better. I feel a lot of games should get remade so that they can be fixed. As for remasters, I feel updating a game a little bit to run on a modern system is cool, but a lot of games that get a remaster treatment, I would generally prefer to be remade so that they could be fixed in areas I think they need some ironing out, but it's a good way to introduce a game to people who maybe never played it the first time it released. As for a straight re-release or a port, that's often a good opportunity to add DLC to a game and create a definitive edition, or just port a game in its entirety to a console that has never had it, again giving people a good opportunity to play a game they maybe missed out on. Overall, I really do think all 3 of these ideas are good because not everyone is able to play every video game ever, and a lot of really good games are lost on people for one reason or another, so reintroducing good games to people is not a bad idea, in my opinion, and I really do think it has value. Tons of really popular games get this kind of treatment, and a whole new audience can experience those games, and that, in my opinion, is a good thing. But anyway, I have been rambling. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, I need to be a shell for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave some comments. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow me on social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.